Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss about another topic related to HTML, where we will talk about two more types of input tag that we can use in HTML forms. Although you can utilize input tag outside of form as well, but as we are going to cover the series for forms, so it's better to understand in the align with the same. Okay. So in this session, we are going to talk about two more types of input tag that we can use in order to provide a way for user to accept the to select the color. Okay, and also we will see like how we can fetch date and time together with just one input field. Prior to this session, we have already discussed like how to fetch date and time, but in a separate field, right? But this time we are going to talk about a way through which we can fetch easily date and time together just with a single input field. Clear? So yeah, before we start the session, I would just recommend you to go and check out the previously released sessions first, because uh, there we have already discussed the basic things, and even the entire playlist is in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be really very easy for you to understand the ongoing topic. Okay, but for now we are just focusing on two types of input tag where we can use the tag for fetching the color. Okay, so yeah, I think now we are good to start with the session. So let me add few headings first. I always put proper headings just to show you the topic name clearly. At the moment, if you see my code, we are just using the basic HTML code with one heading, which is HTML by text Sharmit. So if I show you the code right now, I just press Ctrl S for save and refresh my browser. So the output is coming like this: HTML by text Sharmit, right? Fine. Now what we will do, we will add one more heading because we are going to discuss about that only. So let's put H2 types types of input tag in HTML forms. Okay. So this thing we are going to talk about now, as we are going to talk about the input. Okay, let me keep it like this. Fine. Okay, now we are going to talk about the forms. So it's always necessary to create the form first. So let's create the form. How to create the form? You just need to write here form, close it, and then you can provide the information related to action. So what I can do now, I can simply put a space here, and here I will write action. And in action, we can provide the web page where we want to navigate the page with all the data that we have captured under this form. Okay, so let's say I want to move it to test pgm 10. Okay, so this is the program, or you can say the web page where I want to navigate with the data that I have captured. Okay, all right, so let's do one more thing here. Add one more heading just to show you the topic again. So h3 I will use, and here I'm using the uh, heading as a color picker input. Okay, color picker input. Okay, so this is the input which I want to accept. Let's save it and let me show you this first. Okay, it is coming in a proper way. Now what we will do, we will add the actual input tag which can accept the color. So for that you just need to write here input, and in input tag we know that there is no closing tag, so just give space here, and then you can provide the type. So let me add the type as color. Okay, then space again, then we can provide the name. So we can simply put name here. For example, we want to fetch favorite color. Okay, fine. So just save it and refresh your browser. Once you refresh your browser, you will see that here one box is coming which is showing the default color as black. Okay, so it is coming with a default black color. Now let's say I want to select, or user want to select some color from it. So what he or she can do, they can simply click on this button, or you can say the icon. Then it will show you this window where user can select any color of its choice. For example, I want to select blue color. So what I can do, I can select from this range. Let's say I want to go with this blue color, and from here I will select whatever color I want to use. For example, I want to go with this color. Okay, so you can see this color is now selected, and then we can submit the form to send this value to the next page which we have mentioned in the action type attribute. Clear? So this is the one way through which we can select the color. Another way is to use the color picker. That's why we have mentioned color picker input. So this is one of the most convenient way, you can say, to fetch the color from a user. Let's say I want to select the color from a screen. So what I can do, I can simply click on this color picker, and then wherever I want to select the color, for example, I want to select this color. Okay, you can see my cursor. So here if I click, it will automatically select this color. So this is the exact matched color which we have fetched through this picker. Likewise, if I want to select this grayish color, so I can select here, and now it is selected. Okay, so this is the advantage, or I would say the most convenient way when you wanted to select the color by selecting it from your screen itself. Sometime what happens, let's say we have one image, and according to that image we want to select the color, right, for background. So in that case you can simply select this, you can keep this input tag, and then you can select the color from the screen itself. Clear? So this is the second way. One way is directly selecting the color from the screen. Second way is from picker. Now the third option is providing the RGB value. This is again a very important thing. Okay, so let's say I want to select the color and I know the RGB value, because some of the editing team, or I would say the front end team, know the RGB values. Yes, these are the exact RGB value which I want to use. So in that case what I can do, I can provide the RGB value, for example 10 10 64. So this is the exact output of 10 10 64. Clear? Similarly, if I want to change the blue values, I can make it as 52, I guess. So it would come like this. Okay, so this is the another way. The next thing is, you can see this drop down icon here. So from here you can select other options as well. For example, if I click once, it will ask me for HSL value. So this is also a one way. For example, I want to select the value with HSL. So in that case I can simply put my H, S and L value. So S and L are in percentile, so accordingly you can provide. So it is totally depend on your requirement, like how you want to fetch it. Even if you want to select a color by directly placing your cursor, then also you will get the value that this is the actual HSL value for this color. Okay, now if I do page up, so this is the hex value. Sometime we need hex value, so you can, so this is one more advantage of using this picker. Like from here you can easily fetch the hex value for the selected color. Let's say I want to select the color from here. Okay, so it is giving me the exact hex value that maybe we can use later in our web page. Okay, so this is the advantage. There is no need to go to the web browser and select for the color and then for the hex value. If you want to take an input from user, you can simply select it like this. Clear? Now we can simply click again to see the next value again. So here let's say if I want to fetch the RGB value for this color, so I can select it here and it will show me the RGB value for this. Clear? So I hope now it is clear, like how we can use color picker in the forms. Okay, let me add one button so that we can submit it. So I'll just write button here. I will write submit. Okay, and in button type we will write submit again. Okay, let's save this code and refresh your browser. Once you refresh, it will provide you the submit button. So for example, I selected this color, RGB value is 2235858. Let's submit it. So once I click on submit, it will navigate me to the page which is TSPGM10, and here you can see the color value is also moved along with a variable name which is favorite color. I'll tell you later like how we can utilize it further, but for now we just are focusing on the input tag. Fine. Now the next input tag which we are going to talk about is the date and time. So for that I will put heading again, and the heading would be date and time. Clear? Date and time, and I input date and type input, not like this. Yes, so we have got the date and time input. Now it's time to add the tag. So to add the tag, what you can do, you can use here input. Okay, now in input tag what we can do, we can provide the type as date and time local. Make sure to select this local, it will give you proper format, and then you can give a variable name. I always refer it as a variable name because something it is doing the same way. Okay, we are using in a same way. So here I can put maybe user date for example. Okay, let's save this code, refresh your browser, and you will see now that date and time is coming here. So what is the advantage of this field? The advantage of this field is that, like in previous session we discussed like how to fetch date and time with a separate field. But let's say if there is less space on your web page and you want to select both the things together, so in that case you can simply click on this button and it will provide you both the windows. So for example, I want to select 15th August and 12:34 p.m. so I can select it like this. Okay, and once I click on submit, it will take both the values, color as well as a date, to my next page which I have mentioned in the action tab. Clear? So yeah, this is how we can utilize the color type in input tag and date and time local input tag. I hope this session is clear to all of you. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.